This is Kim Meyer, host of Choose to Rise. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. What's up, guys? Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner and fired up health and happiness coach, here to deliver a simple message to you. This podcast is meant to provide a hope and a dream that fuels your soul to dream big and to dream bold and to inspire and empower you to live out your wildest dreams and to grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. What's up, soul sisters? Happy Tuesday. I'm so grateful that you are here. I am bursting with gratitude and so much fulfillment, and my cup is just running over. I am so grateful for all of your incredible messages. I'm so grateful that last week's episode was so impactful. Suffering truly is a choice. And today I'm really going to touch on something that kind of compounds on that same topic, but I really needed to just give you guys a shout out. I really needed to tell you how much it means to me when somebody sends me a personal message or a DM, or they tag me on a screenshot of the podcast and put it on their Instagram story or their Facebook, because it tells me that what I'm saying is impacting you. What I'm doing and what I'm putting out into the universe, into the world, is really making a difference. And that's truly why I feel like I'm here. That's my calling, that's my passion, and that's my purpose. And I really just want to tell you thank you. I'm truly on a mission to help the Your Life Matters podcast just really, truly hit the lives of so many people. And if you haven't already, if you haven't noticed, especially if you follow me at Dr. Fit White on Instagram, I've actually went ahead and created a Your Life Matters podcast on Instagram. Please go over, click like, click follow, make sure you are a part of that community, because I would love to be able to start doing shout outs and giveaways for the podcast. And that is just a huge goal of mine, and I really wanted to focus on that. And again, if you aren't following me on social media, please do. Mariah White on Facebook and Dr. Fit White on Instagram, because I am here, I am ready, I'm connecting with you guys, and truly my passion and calling and purpose in this life is to inspire, support, and empower women to live their best life. So on that note, I just got back from an incredible leadership retreat with my team, Team Rockstar Fit. It is the mother team of my team, Team Bold and Beautiful, and it is a leadership event that we have every year. This is my 4th year qualifying for this, and 4 years in the business, 4 years qualifying for it. So that's a huge accomplishment for me and an amazing achievement. And I was able to get away from my sweet, beautiful baby girl, Bianca, and leave her with her dad. Her and her sister had an awesome weekend away, and mommy got a great weekend away too, to just collect herself, recharge, and spend amazing time and connection with her tribe. So for me, I was just so grateful that I was able to get away and recharge in a way that I could just connect. Not always do we get to choose who we work with. Not always do we get to choose who we surround ourselves with day in and day out. But I love that in my mentorship program, in my connection, in my tribe, in my team, I'm able to hand select people that I get to work with that are really on a mission to be healthy and happy and inspirational and work on themselves. I am not the same Mariah I was back in 2015 when I first signed up to partner with a company called Beachbody. I'm very different. And now here I am 4 years later, owning my own business as a CEO. I'm a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner. I have my doctorate degree. I have my beautiful baby girl. I have a home that I love. I live in a state that's beautiful. Even though I was so ready to pack up my stuff and move to Philadelphia because it was gorgeous. But I am living a life where I feel like I have grown so much. I'm not the same person as I was. And that's because I'm surrounding myself with people that constantly grow me. And on that trip, I was able to be blessed enough to present to a group of incredible leaders as one of the top coaches on our team. And I was blessed to be a part of a brunch where we actually had an author come in, the author of Limitless. She's incredible, Laura Outing, and she's indescribable as a human, as a person, as an author. I'm soaking up her book. It is incredible how tangible it is into my life right now. And I wanted to share with you guys just things that I've learned over the last weekend of how it was just monumental light bulb moments for me. And I talked last week about suffering is a choice. Well, yes, suffering is a choice. You can choose to suffer. You can choose to get through your pain. You're allowed to be healthy and happy and sad at the same time. So I want to allow you the opportunity to grasp a hold of that, but to now understand that you are allowed to not only have the feelings that you feel, but I want you to understand that you do not have to give a vote to anyone in your life. That voice doesn't matter. I'm going to say that again. You do not need to allow other people's votes in your life dictate how you feel or your sense of success when their voices shouldn't even matter. And so often we have people in our life, people in our circle that just, have a vote to say about something, everything is wrong, or the way that you're doing something isn't the best way, and all these different things that could potentially happen, right? And we all have those people, whether it's our parents, whether it's our siblings, whether it's a significant other, whether it's our best friend. Not everybody is going to like or love what you do, but do those people's voices deserve a vote? The answer is no. You are the author of your success. You truly have to come to grips in terms of what success looks like to you. And as we were sitting there and connecting and talking, my mentor and amazing friend, Trina Gray, asked me a question, and she said, she was asking the table, and she said, what did you struggle with this year? And, specifically we were talking business, but my business and my life are the same. So one and the same. I share my life openly with you. I share my business openly with you. And for me, this year's struggle was understanding that I had to step into a role that I never saw myself be a part of. I had to accept a blueprint of my life and accept that my blueprint didn't look the way that I thought it was, and that the definition of success for me is altered because of that blueprint. And here's what I mean by that. As a woman, we grow up and we believe that we are going to have this white picket fence and a family and this husband and the support and this awesome career and then be an incredible mom and blah, 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 blah. So for me, my blueprint was go get my doctorate, be an awesome, badass pediatrician, get married, be happy, have a beautiful family, have beautiful kids, love life, be extraordinary, on and on and on. Well, the progression of my life, I got married, I got divorced, I got my doctorate, I got pregnant. And that whole blueprint of my life, I was sitting there and I was really having a hard time with it all year, struggling with, why am I not good enough? Why was I not accepted? Why was I not worthy? Why was she not worthy? Why was she not accepted? Why was she not wanted? Like all of these things that I think that we as people portray onto other people, when that's not the truth. It's the feeling that it's the thoughts and the feelings that we tell ourselves. Now, Bianca is so loved and she has an incredible relationship with her father, and I have a great mutual respect and love for the man that he is and the fact that he is her father, and I will say that to the rooftops. Now, can I say that everything's picture perfect? Absolutely not. It goes against my idea of what people told me was success, right? So success in anybody's eyes is, yes, she is a career woman. She has her doctorate, but why doesn't she have a husband? Why doesn't she have a family? Why is her family now look like X, Y, and Z? Well, if I allowed other people's votes and other people's voices into my head, of course, I'm going to have self-doubt and I'm going to have a disbelief of my potential and what my life should look like. And it's going to burden me. I'm going to wake up every single day feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, and not enough. And for a very long time during this year, I was really struggling with that. And I finally got grips of what I was feeling and understood that a lot of resentment and hatred and frustration and things that were going on were things that I was telling myself, but it was things that I was portraying on to another person, where in relationships, we have to understand that you are allowed to forgive someone and love someone unconditionally. You're allowed to own the feelings that you have if somebody has hurt you. But guess what? My dear, sweet, amazing friend, Joy, who was with me this weekend, had opened up a bombshell in my life. You are holding someone accountable to an agreement they never made. And that doesn't just go for me and Alex. That goes for me and my ex-husband. That goes for me and my mother. I was holding an expectation against my mother of what a mom should be based on my expectations. She never agreed to that. She never agreed to that. She never agreed to that. I can't hold anyone else to expectations that they didn't agree to. So for me, I'm allowing all these people to dictate success and dictate my life and dictate how I should feel about myself based on agreements that they never made. So I have to allow forgiveness and belief and disassociate those things from the true relationship that I have in the true situation. It's like looking at a situation from a camera view. What would the actual facts of a situation tell you versus what you're feeling in that situation? So I come to you guys right now and I say, who are you giving votes to that don't matter? Whose voices are you allowing to validate your life and your terms of success? Because the terms of your success are truly limitless if you allow yourself to define success. So for me, was success getting my doctorate? No, because guess what? The moments after receiving my doctorate and graduating and becoming an MP and having my doctorate and being called Dr. White and having my patients love me, I was set with the sense of what next? I did all of that work for that outward accolade, so to say, for that success, that feeling that I was going to get after I was called Dr. White, to then say, well, what's next? Not that I'm not proud of it. I'm proud of it. But I was searching for success because other people told me what success looked like. Accolades based on names and titles and what you have and what you don't have. That's success. Having my home was way too big for me, and then all of a sudden I have my daughter and it fits, and now I have her beautiful sister and her mother living with me, and that's amazing because the family connection and the help and the camaraderie and the family unit that we have created has been remarkable. She is one of the greatest humans I know in this life, like truly soul sister. Her daughter is incredible. I love her with all my heart. I love that is Bianca's sister. And I look at that and I say, success to other people doesn't define what we've created. But success to me is the way that I feel in my home. Did I outwardly try to get a home that was way too big to prove to everyone else? No, I don't say that. But to other people, it could seem that way. But I find success walking into my home and feeling at absolute peace. I feel in harmony with who I am and my purpose and my potential in this life when I'm home, because I find absolute harmony in my home. I grew up in a house that was crazy and chaotic and screaming and fussing and fighting, and I promised myself I wouldn't have a home like that. Not only did I have that when I was in my very toxic relationships, but I moved out of those situations and into my home, and I haven't had that since. My home is full of love and power, and it gives me such life. But if you look at other people's definition of success, it's something different. And then I look at being, quote unquote, a single mother, and everyone else's definition of what success should look like and what a mom should look like isn't exactly what I'm saying I am. So then I look at it and I say, I'm not everyone else's definition of success. I could be seen as unsuccessful to some people, but guess what? What is my definition of success? What is going to make me feel whole? If I blank out all of the other white noise, if I get rid of the votes that don't matter, if I carve my own way and get out of my own situation and the hardships that I faced and the burdens that I'm piling on and the things that I'm telling myself, can I achieve my limitless potential in this life and find true happiness and success that are succinct? Because success doesn't always equal happiness. And happiness doesn't always equal outward success. Your success is what you define as success. You know what my success is defined as, and I came to grips with it this weekend, is me living outwardly, inwardly who I am. Me living outwardly, inwardly who I am. Being my truest, realest Mariah, sharing my heart and my love boldly with other people, empowering and inspiring and supporting other incredible women and other incredible people to be their best self. I boldly believe that my calling is to inspire other people, to empower other people, to support other people, and to help them believe that they are incredible and completely limitless, and their potential is ridiculously, overwhelmingly, outrageously theirs to own. I believe wholeheartedly that success to me and happiness to me is my own definition of both of those things. Being happy, seeing Bianca smile, being an amazing wife, being an incredible mother, being in a home that makes me feel joy, taking care of tiny humans and helping their families in such an inspirational way. I had a patient last week that I saw before I left, and they had quite a few kids and everything was kind of crazy and bustling, and one of them was autistic, and I got on the floor and really just did the visit. And that's not uncommon for me. That's what I do. I see kids on the floor. If I have to get on the table, underneath the table, on the table, whatever it is, I will do what these kids need for me because I'm here to serve them. And it wasn't until the end of the visit where mom and dad both got teary-eyed and gave me a hug and said, I've never had a pediatrician get on the floor with me. I've never had a visit on the floor, and I've never had someone take the time to listen. And I've never had my daughter, who has autistic-like behaviors, ever let anyone look in their ears. And to me, it was a dagger to my heart, but in a good way. Why don't they get that? Why didn't they get that before? Who did they see? Who didn't believe that they deserved that time or that effort? But that's what makes me different, because I am in touch with who I am, and that is my calling. My calling is to heal tiny humans. My calling is to be Bianca's mother. My calling is to inspire other women. So I'm asking you right now, I've figured out my calling, and I'm trying my hardest to tap into the wildest potential, because if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it, and you're not being able to tap into the wildest potential that you potentially have, and you don't even know what's potentially there because you're not even tapping into it. So what are you doing right now where you are not tapping into your fullest potential? Whose votes are you giving voice to in your life, and how they're dictating your belief of success? How are they crowding the 5 inches across your head to give you these beliefs that you aren't enough, that you can't achieve, that you are better off just doing your 8 to 5? Whose definition of success are you living up to? Are you trying to be a lawyer or a doctor or a scientist or an astronaut because your mom told you that's what you should do, or society has told you that's what the measure of success is? Are you trying to be the doting wife, even if it's an abusive relationship, because that's what your father told you was what you're supposed to do, submissive and hold your tongue, when you know that a marriage is a partnership and that a relationship is unconditional love built between two people based on friendship, support, and the utmost respect. What are you doing right now in your life that is giving votes and voice to people that do not deserve a voice in your life? How can you right now own the realest, truest version, the wholest version of you? How can you right now move forward in the direction of the absolute most incredible version of yourself? So I want you to do some homework. I want you to think about whose voices you're giving votes to. I want you to think about the true definition of success in the 5 areas of life: spirituality, career, passion, what you're passionate about, what your calling is, relationships. If you're a mom, that's included. I want you to think of those areas of your life and what your definition of success is. Not anybody else's, not what the world says is success, not the financial gains or the accolades or the pearly white things that you can create or the Gucci bags or whatever, because you can't take it with you, I promise. They tried. Mummies got robbed. Remember that. The Egyptians were robbed because they tried to take all their stuff with them. I want you to remember that. You cannot take it with you. You've never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. Just throwing that out there. Denzel Washington said that best. I love it every single time I hear it. You can't take it with you. So what is your truest definition of success? What would make you feel completely whole and inspirational and like you're making an impact? How can you attract your calling and your passion and make it what you do every single day? How can you measure your impact daily? How can you be your best self? How can you truly be your best self? If you are in a place right now where you're like, okay, I'm going to do this homework and I'm in a good spot and, I'm feeling good, great. I would love to connect with you. If you're in a place right now where you're like, man, Mariah, this hit home, and I give a lot of people, whether it's my family, whether it's my husband, whether it's my spouse, whether it's my kids, I give everybody else votes of what success should look like to me because I need to pay the bills, or I need to keep the lights on, or I need to seem like I have it all put together, but I really don't, and I'm crumbling and I'm breaking and I'm lost and I'm confused. And I feel like the world is spinning and I'm just in motion with it. If that's you, please reach out to me because I'm here to help. I'm here to inspire you and mentor you in the right direction. Guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Tuesday. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this bridged the gap. If you haven't listened to last week's episode of Suffering as a Choice, please go back and listen to it and then listen to this episode again because you are limitless. And I promise you, if you find your definition of success, you will be whole, true, happy, and fulfilled in all of this life that you have and all the potential that this life has to offer. I love you. You are incredible. And I am here for you in such a massive way. And I believe wholeheartedly in who you are. Until next week on another episode of Your Life Matters.